For 4.5 decades, the fourth Madison Square Garden home of the New York Rangers. And Braden Holtby, 22. This is his team's 12th game, his 12th start. One of the 3 stars 4 times, and half of those he was star of the game. Henrik Lundqvist is 30. His team's 12th game, his 12th start. One of the 3 stars 6 times, half of those he was star of the game. The Stars have been goalkeepers. Alex Ovechkin in these playoffs has 7 points and has registered 46 hits. Ryan McDonough out there because Ovechkin is. The home team gets the last change. Advantage New York that way. You saw his ice time. And there's a little sparring right before the start of the game between Anisimov and Brouwer as the Rangers defensemen chase down the first one. The booming has begun. 2 caps register hits. Carried on by Callahan, turned aside by Holtby, thrown by Boyle, careened right back. Half boards, it squirted around where it can be flagged down by Callahan, played on to Boyle, lost behind and connected on to Brouwer, took the hit but got it on through, run into with Brooks Laich, who chipped it on back in. A race on here, and Ovechkin got there to cancel the icing.
Good hustle there and a play with Dan Girardi. And Doc, that ship, Ryan McDonough and Troy Brouwer went at it. Each player got a real good hit on the other.
Well, you know what's going to happen. It's no free pass for Ovechkin and Brouwer tonight. They're going to have a 5-man commitment to go after Ovechkin. You could see it from the first shift.
Still will not go. Venetenko able to turn with this one. Gave it back up the half boards, and it's wedged along further where Brandon Prust is worked on in deep by Backstrom. Down to the ice, it's Prust. Puck peeled off, though, and reversed back along into some traffic as Schultz is there. Knocked loose by Weidman, and a chance in front. Save Holtby. Rebound scramble there, and it went to the corner. Chimera touches it back out, and Semin is able to bring it on. Back up to Chimera, speeding right in. Wide with the shot. It may have gotten off the glove of Lundqvist, but careened to the corner and can be peeled back now by Del Zotto, and both teams get a close call.
8+ chances for both teams, and what a pass there by Alexander Semin.
2 big guys going after it. You may have heard the referee yelling, watch the free hand. Here is Rupp trying to work one in front, goes down to the ice to the back and got Del Zotto a shot, rattled around off someone and can be played back to Del Zotto. Another shot, and that one is blocked. Another shot, and Holtby patted that one away.
They're just shooting from anywhere. The guy's in blue, and that went off of Johnny Mitchell, and he was a little bit sore after it got him in the boot.
Like the thought process of the Rangers.
Sledgehammer hockey right there, though, Heidi. Depth guys against depth guys, and they're going after one another.
That's another good shift for that fourth line of the Rangers.
Hendricks is hit by Bickle, but not until he canceled the icing. Taken along behind and angled geometrically to Carlson. Handed over to Olsner. Banks one off the boards. It careened over for Beagle. Around behind and stepping a little bit early with it was Hendricks. He's running to there. And then carried back in by Gabriel. Heads back the other way. Band on his pass. It's a 2-on-1. Bringing it in as Semin. Delayed. Fed it back. Save! Made by Lundqvist. Rebound. Careen back into him again. Semin a bad angle shot. That ricochet wide. Boy, good feisty job done by Stepan and then by Del Zotto. It kicked behind for Bickle. Past the halfway point of this first period. The shots are 9-2 Rangers. The goalies have been strong so far, even though Henrik Lundqvist has faced only 2. Both of them were strong stops. On odd man situations. Puck to the back now, left back across. Turning now and working to Strallman, and a shot.
Great puck movement by the Rangers. This puck is going to move from here, but then watch Anton Strallman. He's going to work himself into this area. And the Rangers have done this all period. Just get the puck to the net. With a little bit of a screen by Brandon Prust. And Dennis Weidman there from our Lunch Crafter RoboCast.
Matt Hendricks got singed big time by Anton Strallman. He committed down to make the shot block. Strallman made the Mike Reed. He goes around him. This is a bad goal for Holtby to give up.
Both back through, giving a good hit. Anisimov back to play Roman Hemmerle. Helped back along by Green. Kept for a shot by Bickle. Deflected just wide. Spun to the front again by Callahan. And that one can't be flagged down and whirled back on now for Matt Hendricks up the wing. The Rangers had a tremendous home year. One of their best in their history. This lug back on and driven by Kreider and flexed away by Holtby. John Mitchell moves in there. Down to the ice he goes. Off the ice will come a cap. 6 years with Toronto and their farm team, the Marlies. To the back, this is Walk. Punched into some traffic, but then rifled across, and Stepan tried to get there, but it's brushed right back out again. And forced the second time, and a third and a fourth by Jay Beagle. Persistence helps, but it's lost by Brooks Laich onto Gaborik. Fed one over for a shot by Callahan that's blocked down.
Boy, Laich got lucky there. I thought he should have got a hooking penalty there.
He should have. He was right in front of Kelly Sutherland. He got away with a major hook.
Rangers have seen it go the other way in their time. This one chipped away from Ovechkin and back down. Rifled along by Girardi. Stopped there, and they try to spike toward Ovechkin, but now he's coming to the bench for a change, and the Rangers are able to carry in the person of Hagelin. Gave it on across. Richards handed over to Gaborik, and a shot thrown away by Holtby. Taken by Hammerlich and scaled back off the board. Charging after it is Chimera, and he's got it, and he moves up the wing and shoots one that's fought off and covered by Lundqvist. And then Chimera was reaped by Delzato, and he comes back.
Yeah, late hit there by Michael Delzato. Same spot that he had that earlier opportunity from on the pass from Alexander Semin. Difficult stop there for Henrik Lundqvist. Only his third opportunity of the period. But this puck looked like it went on edge right before Chimera shot it. And then there's the hit.
We go back to the Ottawa series. Michael Delzato and Chris Neal. That hit very similar to what Delzato did to Neal in that series, except this time he does it to Jason Chimera.
Pressure there by Brandon Puss on Alexander Semin. Made that whole play.
What a year Brandon Press has had for the New York Rangers. Such an underappreciated player outside of New York. But man, to his coaches respect what he can do here for the Rangers.
10 to go. 23 on the power play. Johansson scoots ahead. Dips the shoulder and glides behind, then lofts it off his stick. 3 seconds and 2. And the buzzer. And the cheers. At the start of the year, Andy has been in these playoffs too. Brooks Laich and Brian Boyle to get it started. 10 seconds to go on the power play. And it is filtered off a glass support and can be corralled and then just held. For the play across now to Hammerlich from Green. Hammerlich rattled it back in. The bear hug there. Puck back to Green. Tried to swing it further. Blocked there. Left behind and then played out by McDonough. Skitters back down the ice. No icing here. Alsner and Carlson, the typical Washington Capitals shutdown crew, back on defense. Troy Brouwer there falls and is shaken up near the front of the net. Meanwhile, this comes back over. Brouwer is shaken up, still in the play though, trying to block, and a shot was knifed around in front and eventually cleared back out, and he'll come directly to the bench. I beg your pardon, I may have had the wrong guy there. Was Brouwer the one?
That's Brouwer. Brouwer's hurt. He's reaching to his right ear. There's no blood, but it's swollen.
Carried right back on, slamming on the brakes and feeding it back as Mitchell, in a drive is blocked. Right back out again, shaken up, but getting back to his feet is Jay Beagle, and he limps to the bench. The punishment they take, Stralman. Fed one in front, it's guided wide, and then tumbling down to the ice and bouncing to the corner. Getting back to his feet again and back in the play is Anisimov.
Yeah, I think it had something to do with that non-hooking call on Brooks Laich on Marian Gaborik on that 2-on-1. Penalty on Delzato, looks like.
Interference. Sure enough.
Chris Lee makes the call. It's coming right into his living room. The referee that wears number 28. Little chip play. Delzato has to go over. If he was in a straight line with Ward, it would be okay. But because he has to take a step over to his left, Eddie, I think you would agree, in a zero tolerance league, they're going to call that tower of power for the New York Rangers.
Might be the largest guy left in these playoffs now with the absence of Chara. This is flung ahead for a shot. Oh, and a save made by Lundqvist. He sits down and hangs on. What a try from Semin.
It's all about the entries for the Washington Capitals, and they gain entry. Wise decision to move the puck, the creative play of Backstrom, and then the shot on goal. And Henrik Lundqvist is there to get the fan base elevated.
Yeah, Marcus Johansson did a good job after he moved that puck. He continued on and opened up that spacing and allowed that real good chance for Alexander Semin. A little bit of a rebound as well.
Gets it back yet again from Semin. Gave it on a cross for Green's shot, and that one blocked down. Here's Semin to the slot, and a shot. Oh, and he went wide with it.
At least he shot that one. He didn't pass that shot up.
True enough. Corner battle ensues. Light fed it up the boards. Came in front. Green a shot, and that one deflected off the pipe. Rebound is swept away by Lundqvist. Held to the outside by Carlson. Cap starting to knock on the door. From Semin to Carlson. Led on across. Green tried to play it across. Knifed into traffic. Green able to protect it now. Circles and gives on back. Carlson a shot. Save Lundqvist, and he holds. And they stand here at the Garden. Hendricks brings it on. 3-on-2, but the pass ricocheted off Ward. Angled back along, and it hipped and hopped to center, and a 2-on-2. Now a 3-on-2 as it's brought ahead. Richards fed it up the wing back to Richards, and he shanked the shot. Fortunately for him, the play was going back the other way, away from him. Forced along by Light, punched in front by Ovechkin. Light a shot, he scores! Brooks Light has tied the game.
The Rangers had everything contained right there, and then it was just a breakdown in in-zone coverage. Good battle on the boards for Girardi with Light.
Well, a face-off win. Brooks Light gets some help from Troy Brouwer. 21 in white. He can eventually put the puck in the back of the net, but look at the support. He gets a fortunate bounce, and then the bounce off the stick of Brian Boyle with the screen by Troy Brouwer in front of the net.
Yeah, a little bit of bad luck for Boyle, and opportunistic. Brooks Light doesn't stay in the corner after he makes that play with Girardi.
Boy, and Lundqvist guessed on that one, Pierre. He thought it was going to his right, and the puck almost went almost dead center into the net with the screen in front.
Here's Strowman moving, and a rising shot was wide of the far side. They have heard never a bad play to put the puck on net from their coaches and from this coach alongside. Here is Prust leading one on. Another save made by Holtby. That time can be worked along by Fedotenko, who took that second shot. Stepan handcuffed Strowman, kept it, and flung one that was bounced down off of Backstrom, who has just been a strong worker for these Caps. And here is Girardi. Led off of Richards. Spun back in, and it glanced off the referee. Centering pass in front on the rebound, spiked wide. Thrown in front again, it rattles around and can be picked up by Brouwer, screened off enough. Was Gabrick. Again, the Caps have to retreat. It's been a push by the Rangers that's continuing right now. Worked back along and thrown, and it careened behind to be fed back up to Carlson. Ricocheted back to him, and it is cleared out of play. Is it a penalty?
Oh yeah, John Carlson, everybody that wears stripes on the ice caught that.
Back across from Richards to Strowman. Strowman fed it across. Gabrick with it there. Sets up Richards. Moves in. Fires! And that one blocked. Richards again. Another shot, and that blocked to the corner. Hammerlich stepped in the way. Puck led on back to the point again. And set up there for a one-time shot by Gabrick that's deflected wide. Believe that was Green that blocked that one. To the point now it's Strowman. 6 minutes to go in the period. Power play still on for another 33. Forced back in deep for a feed in front, and fanning on it was Gabrick. An airborne puck that was tough. And it's led back and drilled by Light. Past the glove hand of Lundqvist. Held up now and fed on to Light. He's got Hammerlich, and a shot was saved by Lundqvist. And then Green. Off of Ovechkin. Retrieved by McDonough. Grabbed and started ahead by Green. No traveling call. Brought ahead by Ovechkin. Worked back ahead by Green. Trying to pull his way through. Ovechkin, a shot that's wide of the glove hand of Lundqvist. From archaic times to the present. Brought back on for Kreider's shot. Blocked to the glass by Holtby. Final minute of play in the period. Set by Hagelin. Around behind now for Richards. Richards able to twirl with it. Richards able to turn to the outside, and another shot is deflected away. Marian Gabrick got that one. Around behind, it's fed away from Del Zotto and back down.
Right idea there by Carl Hagelin. Another good shift for that line.
Brought back ahead, peeled off, and dropped back in by Hagelin. Led back on now by Roman Hamrlik. Hamrlik's pass flew back to the Ranger line. Could not be steered out. Jay Beagle escapes to the corner. Swept one in front. That is flagged down and started back ahead by Anisimov. Nudged back up ahead for Callahan. Lifted back to Anisimov again. Trying to settle it down. Is buried to the boards, but he got it to Callahan. Little back pass in front is flagged down by Beagle. And Beagle is able to step away.
Good support there by Jay Beagle defensively.
Look at that. He's able to wind his way along and then lead a pass on for Green. Dropped it back to Ovechkin as the buzzer sounds to end the second period. So we peer down at the start of the third period from a perch that from Pierre. Major league home runs have been hit a shorter distance and lesser height. And Light wins the opening face-off of the third. Carlson to Brouwer. Girardi to take that. Rangers escape, and it's Anisimov. To the Hamrlik side, reached by Brouwer. Jammed one that went around behind and curled back up to McDonough for a shot that's cut off confidently and lobbed back out again. Finesse move by Brooks Light, but he was face guarded and body guarded enough by McDonough that nothing happened. And decides to go deep for first Hagelin, but then a curl along to Richards. Trying to fight it out to the front, still dueling with it. Richards fed one in front, and save made by Holtby. Oh my, a lot of work being done there by Hagelin. Entering the fourth game, it was flat out even. Led to the back now, Weidman across. Drive by Carlson. Turnaround shot by Seven. Drive by Weidman. Fought off by Lundqvist. Back to Weidman again. They hurried along. Carlson, their shot. He scores! It's a power play goal, and the Capitals lead.
The Capitals recognize that Ryan Callahan right there. His stick breaks off the initial shot by John Carlson. And remember that. It becomes a shooting gallery. Brouwer to Weidman, move it over to the other side. And the puck finds the back of the net.
That's just a great shot by John Carlson, and you're right about the broken stick. But does that touch Dan Girardi before it goes by?
Don't think on that look, Pierre, but I'm not sure. I think it goes off the glove of Lundqvist.
Well,
Just does not catch it.
Do you think back to the Ovechkin's goal in game number 4, off the glove and in? That one's off the glove and in as well.
No, I don't think anybody touched it.
No, didn't get touched from that angle.
Back and deflected along by Brian Boyle of the Rangers. Brouwer got it out to center with some help. Forced back in by Anisimov and cut again by Brouwer. Brouwer right back and up the wing, right in all along. Off the pipe on the breakaway by Backstrom.
Gets an opportunity from our Lens Crafters RoboCam. Forehand, backhand, off the crossbar. And little move. And Lundqvist got a piece of that off his arm.
Ovechkin is right nearby. It's fed off of Johansson. Johansson pivots, got it on back to the point. Driven side of the net by Alsner and taken by Ovechkin. Then on back again for Green, who fires, and a save made by Lundqvist. Sees this one kicked across now, and Ward can lead it ahead shorthand. Marched right back and then left behind. Led back up the wing now, and a drive is turned aside by Holtby.
Puck's got to get in deep there if you're Joel Warren.
Another shot, and Holtby got a piece of that, and here's Gabrick with it.
1-goal lead, less than 6 minutes to go. Ovechkin's trying to get on the ice, and he is on the ice.
Here's Boyle jamming one, and it went off Holtby and wide. Held there by Stahl. His drive, and that ricocheted off someone in front and wide. Ovechkin able to brush it back. He does not have a stick. He gets one from the bench. It's a 3-on-1. They tried to get it back to him and came to it, and he could not lead one ahead to Johansson. The tie-up, helped on back by Delzato. Diving play across to Gabrick. Drubbed it back in. Hagelin sealed up by Alsner. Jammed along by Callahan in a lot of traffic. Helmetless now is Hagelin. Still reaching in and working. Up the boards it comes back to Delzato. Fires one. And that one played on by Gabrick. Won't go in. Diving play by Richards. Richards tumbles behind. Gets back up to play. It's underneath Alsner. And now the whistle is blown. Delzato, second effort. Delayed call on. Drive by Girardi, and that one blocked high. Touched by Light with 21.3 to go.
Shot blocked by Joel Ward.
This is going to be doesn't matter now. It's going to be it might matter. It's going to be a double minor. I think Hagelin's cut.
Beagle and Richards again. Beagle hand passed it across, but it's grabbed by Callahan, and a shot deflected up high to the high glass behind. Led along now to Gabrick. Hands it on back to Girardi. Gives it across Delzato. His shot blocked aside. Finesse move at the front by Callahan. Pumped in with 6.6 to go.
The French two come on, and if there's no miraculous goal here in the last 6.6 seconds, the Rangers will start overtime on the power play.
To the last four. Extra time. The Gabrick, Richards, Hagelin unit will start this. 11 shots for them, including 7 by Marian Gabrick on the night.
The guys on the back end, Delzato and Girardi.
Came along for the lead back up the boards. Oh, and what a collision across the way. But the Capitals have cleared.
Girardi on Green.
Boy, did Green take a hit to make a play, and he's staying on.
It's the period of the long change for him. Callahan a drive, clutched and held on the Capitals logo by Holtby. Came along for the lead back up the boards. Oh, and what a collision across the way. But the Capitals have cleared.
Girardi on Green.
Boy, did Green take a hit to make a play, and he's staying on.
It's the period of the long change for him. Callahan a drive, clutched and held on the Capitals logo by Holtby.
You take a hit to make a play. Mike Green knows that's coming. Girardi keeps his elbows down, no contact to the head, but there's a whole lot of contact shoulder to chest. Jimmy Johnson telling him, way to go, way to take that hit to make a play. Jimmy's been in that position before as a defenseman in the NHL.
Not all the marks are covered by the uniform, as you saw with both of those men. Walked on now, Stahl a shot, score!
The puck's going to come back, and then watch the move by Mark Stahl. Face-off win, John Mitchell wins it, gets it back, Stahl gets to the middle of the ice, and the one thing that I love on that situation, Mark Stahl left-handed, playing the right side, so he can walk to the middle on his forehand and have a better angle to shoot this puck. Look at the net presence, no chance for Braden Holtby. Head up all the way. And that puck was deflected. After it left the stick of Stahl, it was deflected on that replay look.
We started with Mark Stahl. We will finish with him.